Today is December 25th. Welcome to Big Book Daily. My name is Rob. I am an alcoholic. It is a thrill, honor, and joy to be here with you today as we journey through the Big Book of Alcoholics Anonymous and the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions. Today at the Big Book, we're going to continue our journey through Chapter 11, A Vision for You. We'll be reading page 158. At the 12 and 12, we're on Tradition 11. We'll read 182, and we'll read the 24 Hours a Day and Daily Reflection. So with that, hope you all are doing well this morning, my friends. For those of you who celebrate Christmas, Merry Christmas to you and Happy Holidays to everyone. I know that this day and this time period probably brings a bunch of emotions in us all, positive or negative. I know this can also be a pretty challenging time for a lot of people. So I hope and pray that today we would just do the next right thing and take it easy. And if you need extra support, there's tons of support out there with recovery groups during this particular day and this season. So I hope that you get the support you need. But with that, life is good over here. Got a big old cup of coffee and a smile on my face at about 4 in the morning. And I guess I'm ready to read some good stuff. Alright, my friends, so if you recall from yesterday's reading out of the Big Book, we're at a point where Dr. Bob and Bill W. have found this third member. And they talk about their own experience, and Bill Dotson, the third person they're talking to, he's like, yeah, I drink like that, that's me. But he's still defeated. He's like, I still don't understand how this is going to work. So we're on page 158. Next, Dave found the prospect more receptive. He'd been thinking it over. Maybe you're right, he said. God ought to be able to do anything. Then he added, he sure didn't do much for me when I was trying to fight this booze racket alone. On the third day, the lawyer gave his life to the care and direction of his Creator and said that he was perfectly willing to do anything necessary. His wife came, scarcely daring to be hopeful, though she thought she saw something different about her husband already. He'd begun to have a spiritual experience. That afternoon, he put on his clothes and walked from the hospital a free man. He entered a political campaign, making speeches, frequenting men's gatherings of all sorts, often staying up all night. He lost the race by only a narrow margin, but he had found God, and in finding God, he found himself. That was June 1935. He never drank again. He too has become a respected and useful member of his community. He's helped other men recover and is a power in the church from which he was long absent. So you see, there were 3 alcoholics in that town who now felt that they had to give to others what they had found would be sunk. After several failures to find others, a 4th turned up. He came to an acquaintance who'd heard the good news. He proved to be a devil-may-care young fellow whose parents could not make out whether he wanted to stop drinking or not. They were deeply religious people, much shocked by their son's refusal to have anything to do with the church. He suffered horribly from his sprees, but it seemed as if nothing could be done for him. He consented, however, to go to the hospital, where he occupied the very room recently vacated by the lawyer. The 12 and 12 are on Tradition 11. Our public relations policy is based on attraction rather than promotion. We need always maintain personal anonymity at the level of press, radio, and films. Page 182. In the beginning, the press could not understand our refusal of all personal publicity. They were genuinely baffled by our insistence upon anonymity. Then they got the point. Here was something rare in the world, a society which said that it wished to publicize its principles and its work, but not its individual members. The press was delighted with this attitude. Ever since, these friends have reported AA with an enthusiasm which the most ardent members would find hard to match. There was actually a time when the press of America thought the anonymity of AA was better for us than some of our own members did. At one point, about 100 of our society were breaking anonymity at the public level. With perfectly good intent, these folks declared that the principle of anonymity was horse and buggy stuff, something appropriate to AA's pioneering days. They were sure that AA could go faster and farther if it availed itself of modern publicity methods. AA, they pointed out, included many persons of local, national, or international fame. Provided they were willing, and many were, why shouldn't their membership be publicized, thereby encouraging others to join us? These were plausible arguments, but happily our friends of the writing profession disagreed with them. "24 hours a day, December 25th. AA thought for the day. Celebrations and holidays give us a unique chance for reflection. On a holiday such as today, many alcoholics will be thinking, this has been such a good holiday season. It's not always been like this. I'm grateful. They'll be looking back over past years and celebrations past, remembering occasions that were not like this one. They'll be thanking God for their sobriety and their newfound life. They will be thinking about how their lives were changed when they came into AA. They'll be thinking that perhaps God let them live through all the hazards of their drinking careers, when they were perhaps often close to death, in order that they might be used by Him in the great work of AA. Is this a happy holiday season for me? Meditation for the day. The kingdom of heaven is also for the lowly, the sinners, the repentant. And they presented unto Him gifts, gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Just as the three kings did on Epiphany, across the world people leave gifts in honor of the higher power that guides their lives. Bring your gifts of gold, your money and material possessions. Bring your frankincense, the consecration of your life to a worthy cause. Bring your myrrh, your sympathy and understanding and help. Lay them all at the feet of God, and let Him have full use of them. Prayer for the day. I pray that I may be truly thankful during this holiday season and always. I pray that I may bring my gifts and lay them on the altar. Daily Reflection, December 25th. At peace with life. Every day is a day when we must carry the vision of God's will into all our activities. How can I best serve Thee? Thy will, not mine, be done. Alcoholics Anonymous, page 85. I read this passage each morning to start off my day because it is a continual reminder to practice these principles in all my affairs. When I keep God's will at the forefront of my mind, I'm able to do what I should be doing. And that puts me at peace with life, with myself, and with God. I can think of many Christmases where I wasn't sober. But I can also think back to many Christmases where I was a kid full of life, just enjoying being alive and the joy of using my imagination and anticipation for the day and everything. And the innocence of my childhood, and as I got older and I became a responsible adult, and I put responsible in quotes, I kind of lost that magic, But sobriety like me now it's kind of like I'm that kid again, excited to live life instead of being numb from alcohol and being in bondage of alcohol, enslaved to alcohol. But alcohol was just a symptom of a deeper rooted issue for me. If I didn't get down to the root causes of why I drank or why I did anything else that was appealing to an addictive personality, I'd never be free and never be at peace, like it says here in the Daily Reflection. What I do every morning is I pray the third step prayer. And there's a part of it that says, may I do Thy will always. And for me, I add, may I do Thy will today. And I ask God to direct my thinking today. And I always love the phrase, do the next right thing, because guess what? To borrow a hockey metaphor, every now and then a shot's going to slip through. It's going to slip past the goalie. I'm going to get it wrong. But I get right back on it. I'm still in the game. And I pivot and do the next right thing. Okay, God, I did that wrong. Help me to do the right thing from this moment forward today. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that sobriety really has been magic for me. It's been worth it. There's been days I was dry, and then there's been days where I was sober. The days where I'm sober, all is good with my soul. I'm not perfect, but I'm content. And I have the desire to do the next right thing. So my friends, I hope you all have a blessed one today. If you are just starting out and this is your first Christmas sober, like I said, find that support group that you need. There are alkathons all over the world. There are Zoom meetings you can join. Practical advice, if you're going to a Christmas party and you don't feel spiritually fit enough to go, you don't have to go. A friend of mine told me, no is a complete sentence. But if you do want to go, or you do have to go, or feel like you have to, a couple practical things, have a glass of ginger ale with you, or a water with you. You make sure that you have your own ride, so if you start getting a little edgy, you've got a way out. Or call a trusted friend in the program. Whatever you got to do, practical for your soul, your sobriety, I pray that you'll do that today. And if we're given another set of 24 hours, my friends, I sincerely look forward to seeing you right back here tomorrow.